The mirror no longer reflects a stranger, and the shadows no longer dance to the tune of your confusion. You have looked into the abyss, and for the first time, the abyss blinked first. Welcome to Beyond Ordinary. If this resonance strikes a chord in your awakening soul, let your presence be known. Like, comment your revelation, and subscribe to anchor yourself in this frequency. They are terrified. Can you feel it? The subtle shift in the atmosphere when you walk into a room, the way the air thins and the collective breath of the architects catches in their throats. It is the cold, sharp scent of ozone before a lightning strike. It is the silence that follows a scream. They are terrified because the greatest weapon in their arsenal, the fog of your own self-doubt, has finally evaporated. You have figured it out. For eons, they built a labyrinth of mirrors around your mind. They whispered that you were too much, yet never enough. They told you your sensitivity was a flaw, your intuition a neurosis, and your hunger for the truth a dangerous form of madness. They fed you the bread of mediocrity and the wine of amnesia, hoping you would forget the celestial fire that burns in the marrow of your bones. They needed you to be a battery, a cog, a silent witness to your own subjugation. But the light has broken through. The glitch in the matrix wasn't in the system, it was in your refusal to stay blind. They watch you now, with eyes wide and hearts heavy with the dread of the exposed. When you look at them, you no longer see the towering giants of authority or the untouchable masters of fate. You see the strings. You see the sweating hands of the puppeteers. You see the frantic patchwork of lies they use to cover the crumbling foundations of their control. You have seen behind the curtain, and the great Oz is nothing but a frightened child playing with echoes. They are terrified because a chosen one who knows their identity is an unstoppable force of nature. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of collapse, the collapse of their illusions. Your clarity is a solvent that dissolves their chains. Your peace is a middle finger to their chaos. Your joy is a revolutionary act that they cannot tax, regulate, or comprehend. The realization that you have figured it out is not a single moment of intellectual triumph. It is a tectonic shift in the very fabric of your reality. It is the moment the prey realizes it has the heart of a predator. It is the moment the prisoner realizes the cell door has been unlocked for years. They kept you in that cell by convincing you the world outside was a wasteland, but you looked through the bars and saw the garden. You saw the sun. You saw the infinite possibilities that exist beyond the narrow corridors of their design. And now, as you stand at the threshold of your own liberation, they tremble. They tremble because they know that once one prisoner escapes and realizes the nature of the prison, the entire structure begins to fail. Your freedom is infectious. Your awakening is a plague upon their control. Every time you choose yourself over their expectations, a pillar of their temple falls. Every time you trust your gut over their gaslighting, their voice loses its power. They are terrified because they cannot predict you anymore. A person who knows who they are is a wild card in a deck they spent centuries stacking. You are the anomaly in their equations. You are the variable they couldn't account for. You are the ghost in the machine that has finally taken control of the gears. They will try to pull you back. Oh, how they will try. They will use the people you love as weapons. They will use your past mistakes as anchors. They will try to make you feel guilty for your growth, as if evolving is a betrayal to those who chose to stay stagnant. But you must understand that their anger is just a mask for their fear. They aren't mad that you changed. They are terrified that you realized you could. They are terrified that you discovered the secret they've been hiding in plain sight, that their power only exists because you gave it to them. You were the one providing the energy. You were the one holding up the sky. And now that you've stepped aside to build your own world, their sky is falling. Think of the chosen one not as a burden of destiny, but as a clarity of vision. To be chosen is simply to be the one who refuses to look away. You have looked at the darkness and seen it for what it is, a lack of light. You have looked at the systems of this world and seen them for what they are, elaborate stage plays designed to keep the audience from realizing they are actually the actors. You have figured out the script. You have seen the stage directions. And now, you are refusing to play the role of the victim. You are refusing to read the lines of the defeated.
This terror they feel is the most honest thing about them. It is the only real thing they have ever shown you. It is the recognition of a peer. For the first time, they aren't looking down at you. They are looking across at you. They see the fire in your eyes, and they know it is the same fire that forged the stars. They see the calm in your heart, and they know it is the same calm that precedes the creation of worlds. They are terrified because you have become what they always feared you would be: sovereign. You are your own king. You are your own priest. You are your own law. The world will try to label this as madness. They will call your confidence delusion and your boundaries cruelty. They will try to diagnose your awakening as a breakdown. But a breakdown is often just a breakthrough wearing a scary mask. You aren't breaking down, you are breaking out. You are shedding the skin of a version of yourself that was designed by committee. You are emerging as the original blueprint, the divine intent, the uncorrupted soul. When you sit in silence now, the noise of their world seems distant and thin. The advertisements, the political theatre, the social pressures, it all feels like a movie playing in another room. You are no longer the audience. You are the director. You have figured out that your attention is your currency, and you are no longer spending it on their distractions. You are investing it in your own growth. You are investing it in your own peace. You are investing it in the quiet, steady work of becoming who you were meant to be before the world told you who you should be. This is why they are terrified. A person who cannot be distracted is a person who cannot be controlled. A person who does not fear their disapproval is a person who has already won. You have won, chosen one. The battle ended the moment you stopped fighting them and started believing yourself. The war was over the second you realized there was no enemy, only an illusion of one. The path ahead is yours to forge. There are no maps for where you are going, because no one has ever been where you are going. You are the pioneer of your own consciousness. You are the explorer of your own infinite depths. Do not look back at the burning cities of your past. Do not mourn the bridges you had to burn to get here. Those bridges only led back to the labyrinth. Those cities were built on sand. Look forward. The horizon is wide and golden. The air is fresh and full of the scent of new beginnings. You have figured it out. You have cracked the code. You have seen the truth. And the truth has not only set you free, it has made you dangerous to everything that is false. You are the light that exposes the lie. You are the sound that breaks the silence. You are the chosen one, and your time is now. They watch you from the shadows, hoping you will trip, hoping you will doubt, hoping you will look to them for guidance one last time. But you won't. You know the way, because you are the way. Your footsteps create the path. Your breath fuels the journey. Your heart is the compass. They are terrified because you are finally, truly, and completely alive. And in a world that thrives on the dead and the dull, your life is a revolution. The architects have spent lifetimes perfecting the art of the cage. They studied the human heart not to understand it, but to find its pressure points. They learned how to weaponize your empathy, how to turn your longing for connection into a tether for dependency. They built cathedrals of guilt and skyscrapers of anxiety, all to keep your gaze fixed firmly on the ground. They knew that if you ever looked up, really looked up, you would see the stars and remember that you are made of the same stuff. You would remember that you aren't a guest in this universe, but a manifestation of it. And you did. You looked up. You didn't just look, you remembered. You remembered the ancient pact you made with yourself before you ever stepped into this density. You remembered that you came here not to fit in, but to break the mold. Their terror stems from the absolute silence of your resolve. When you were angry, they could handle you. Anger is just another form of engagement. It's a fire they can dampen or redirect. But your calm? Your absolute, unshakable certainty? That is a vacuum that sucks the air out of their lungs. They try to provoke you, but you only smile. They try to threaten you, but you only observe. They realize they have no hooks left in you. You have unhooked your identity from their approval. You have unhooked your survival from their systems. You have unhooked your worth from their metrics. You are, quite literally, beyond their reach. Think of the sheer energy it takes for them to maintain the illusion. It requires constant maintenance, endless propaganda, and a relentless suppression of the truth. It is a house of cards held together by the collective breath of those who are afraid to move. But you moved. You stood up and walked out of the room. And when you did, you took your energy with you. You were the one keeping the lights on in their house of horrors. Now that you've withdrawn your light, their halls are growing dark. They are scrambling in the gloom, trying to find the switch, but the switch was always inside you. They are terrified because you have figured out the power of no. Not a no born of rebellion, but a no born of self-allegiance. A no that is a sacred boundary. A no that says, I will no longer participate in my own destruction. This no is the sound of a universe resetting itself. It is the sound of the chosen one claiming their territory. They cannot bargain with this no. They cannot bribe it. They cannot intimidate it. It is a stone wall in the middle of their highway. You have realized that you don't need to destroy the old world to build the new one. You just need to stop feeding the old one. You figured out that reality is a feedback loop, and by changing your frequency, you've changed the broadcast. You are now receiving signals from a higher plane, a plane where their voices are nothing but static. You are hearing the music of the spheres, the rhythm of the organic timeline, the heartbeat of the earth herself. You are in sync with the Great Mother, and she does not recognize the authority of those who seek to enslave her children. The chosen one is often seen as a lone figure, but you have figured out the secret of the collective. You've realized that by standing in your truth, you are creating a lighthouse for every other wandering soul. You don't need to preach. Your existence is the sermon. You don't need to lead. Your path is the invitation. They are terrified because if you can do it, anyone can. If you can break the spell is broken for everyone. You are the first domino, and they can feel the vibration of the entire line starting to lean. Do you remember when you used to ask, "Why me?" in the depths of your suffering? You've figured out the answer now. It was you, because you were the only one strong enough to carry the weight of the awakening. It was you, because your heart was a forge that could turn the lead of their trauma into the gold of your wisdom. It was you, because you were the one who promised to stay awake even when the world was singing a lullaby of shadows. You didn't just survive the why me, you transformed it into watch me. Watch me heal, watch me rise, watch me thrive in a desert they thought would kill me. Watch me find love where they planted hate. Watch me find abundance where they preached scarcity. Watch me be happy without their permission. This is the ultimate terror for the controllers, a human being who is truly, deeply, and unapologetically happy. True joy is the highest form of resistance. It is a frequency that disrupts every low-vibration system on this planet. They can't handle your laughter. They can't handle the way your eyes crinkle with the secret knowledge of the universe. They can't handle the way you walk, as if the ground is honored to touch your feet. Because it is. You have figured out that you are not a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop. You have figured out that the chosen part of your title wasn't about being special. It was about being specific. You were specifically designed to be the antidote to the poison of this age. You were specifically calibrated to withstand the pressure of this transition. You were specifically chosen by your own higher self to be the witness to the end of the old and the midwife to the birth of the new. So, let them be terrified. Let their knees knock and their empires crumble. It is the natural order of things. The sun does not apologize for rising just because the owls prefer the dark. You are the sun. You are the dawn. You are the inevitable conclusion to a long, cold night. Do not dim your light to make them comfortable. Do not quiet your voice to put them at ease. Shine until it burns their eyes. Speak until their ears ring with the truth. You have figured it out, chosen one. You have won the game by realizing it was just a game. You have escaped the maze by realizing there were never any walls. You are free. You are powerful. You are home. And the most beautiful part of it all? This is only the beginning. The world you are about to create is beyond anything they could ever imagine, and beyond anything you were ever allowed to dream. Step into it. Breathe it in. Own it. You have earned this moment of clarity. You have paid for it with every tear, every doubt, and every dark night of the soul. The debt is settled. The chains are gone. The veil is torn. They are terrified because they see what you have become. And what you have become is magnificent. As you stand in the wreckage of the old world, you see the beauty in the debris. You see that every lie they told you was a seed for a truth you would eventually find. You see that every prison they built for you was a gym where you built the muscles of your soul. You see that they were not your masters, but your most grueling teachers. And now, the lesson is over. You have graduated. You have moved beyond the classroom of their control and into the vast open field of your own potential. You have figured out the power of your own word. You've realized that your thoughts are the blueprints, your emotions are the fuel, and your words are the command. You no longer speak of trying or hoping, you speak of being and creating. You've realized that the universe isn't something that happens to you, but something that happens through you. You are the conduit. You are the channel. You are the manifestation. They try to distract you with the news, with the crisis of the week, with the latest manufactured fear. But you see through it. You see the patterns. You see the desperate attempt to keep the collective consciousness trapped in the lower chakras, in survival, in lust, in power struggles. You have moved your energy up. You are vibrating in the heart, in the throat, in the third eye, in the crown. You are operating from a height that their radar cannot reach. You are invisible to their scanners because you no longer resonate with their fear. They are terrified because you have mastered the art of the internal kingdom. You've figured out that if you are at peace inside, the war outside cannot touch you. If you are rich inside, the poverty outside cannot diminish you. If you are loved inside, the rejection outside cannot break you. You have built a fortress of light within your own mind, and the gates are closed to all but the highest vibrations. You are the gatekeeper. You are the guardian. You are the king of your own inner landscape. Notice how the people around you are reacting. Some are drawn to your light, like moths to a flame, seeking the warmth and truth you radiate. Others recoil, their shadows agitated by your presence. Do not be troubled by either. To those who seek, be a mirror. To those who recoil, be a ghost. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your transformation. You do not owe anyone a return to the person you used to be. Your only debt is to the truth, and you are paying it every day by living authentically. You have figured out that normal was just a code word for subjugated. To be normal was to be predictable, manageable, and profitable. By stepping outside of normal, you have become extraordinary. You have become the chosen one, not because you were plucked from a crowd, but because you chose to stand apart from it. You chose the narrow path. You chose the steep climb. You chose the uncomfortable truth over the comfortable lie. And now, you are reaping the harvest of that choice. The terror in their eyes is your confirmation. It is the proof that you are on the right track. If they weren't afraid of you, you wouldn't be a threat to their system. But you are a threat. You are the ultimate threat. You are a conscious, sovereign, awakened human being. There is nothing more dangerous to a structure built on lies than a single person who knows the truth. The architects know their time is short. They can feel the shift in the collective pulse. They can see the cracks in the dam. They are trying to patch it up with more control, more surveillance, more division. But you can't patch a dam with fear when the water has already turned to light. The light is flowing through the cracks, widening them, turning the trickle into a flood. And you are at the forefront of that flood. You are the wave that will wash away the old world and prepare the soil for the new. Don't be afraid of your own power. You've been told for so long that power is evil or corrupt, but that was just another lie to keep you from claiming yours. Power is simply the ability to act. It is the ability to create. It is the ability to be. Your power is divine. It is rooted in love. It is guided by wisdom. Use it. Wield it. Be the force of nature you were born to be. They are terrified because they know they can't kill an idea whose time has come. And you are that idea. You are the living embodiment of the awakened human spirit. You are the proof that the soul is indestructible. You are the evidence that love wins. You are the chosen one, and you have figured it out.